Okay, we're going next, unsupported, and this is where we're really gonna start working on strengthening those spinal muscles, right? So a lot of what we've done so far has been about penetration, releasing the tension, getting, mobilizing the joint, but now we're also gonna work on the strengthening. Okay, so again, sit in Virasana. We're still playing here with the Paryankasana actions. Sit in Virasana. Again, if you've had enough Virasana for today, do straight legs Dandasana, and maybe just put a strap around the middle of your thighs, and you can add a bolster, or if you have any extra props around, put a little weight on your thighs, so straight legs. Okay? And now what I want you to do is, with the memory of that post, that tall brick that was just behind you, you create that. So in Virasana, have a look. I have my hands on my feet. My fingers are pointing towards my knees. And now broaden your collarbones, roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. I bend into my elbows and I drop, right? I drop down, elbows touch the bolster. As soon as I touch, pop back up, okay? Rotate those upper arms out, lift the chest, drop the shoulders, drop to the bolster, pop back up. Down and up. Down and up, okay? Look at how the elbows go. Okay, they kind of flare out, but then you wrap them in. So think a little bit about the Shirshasana. They wrap in, right? Like this, wrap in and bend back, elbows down, pop back up. So I'm giving you quite a bit of height here. You're going to a bolster, try that. The key is both elbows touch down at the same time. So you're not one elbow, other elbow. Both elbows, chest up, post is in behind you, drop, pop back up. And on the way up, it's those deep core muscles that are gonna get you up there. Okay, go for 10, 12, 20 attempts. Touch down, pop back up. Nice and broad through the collarbones. Rotate those upper arms and understand, what does it mean to come up from the chest? Okay, now for some of you, maybe the bolster is where that's where you're gonna work. If dropping both elbows to the bolster at the same time was absolutely doable, maybe even easy, then go for lower height, right? Check it out. What can you do? Can you go to a blanket? You can go for a triple folded blanket. And the position, both the bolster and the blanket, when you're going, the idea is for the elbows to touch. So not so much of the forearm, just a little bit here of the elbow, okay? Chest up, wrap those upper arms, elbows, remember, drop, touch down, immediately pop back up, okay? Touch down, immediately pop back up. Keep going. Again, multiple repetitions. And if the way up, right, you get stuck here, you can't quite get up, maybe you can take one hand to the center, other hand to the center, push the floor. Maybe that's going to help you get up a little bit more easily, right? A little bit of I guess a cheat, right? But you got to find your way, okay? Up and down, evenly, up and down. Okay, and if coming to the blanket is absolutely doable, then from here, you go to the floor. Pop right back up as soon as you touch. Chest up, drop to the elbows, both elbows at the same time, and come up with the lifted chest. Okay, keep working this. And if you have, I certainly do, one elbow that wants to touch down before the other, notice which elbow that is and what kind of information, what kind of feedback does that give you about your shoulder blades. Chest up, bend into the elbows, pop back up. Few more. Okay, and then pause here. Okay, if you need to stretch out your legs anytime, you come up Extend, open the back of your knees. We're going to go for one more round here. In Virasana, Paryankasana, and those of you who can go for the full pose will take the arms up and over. Okay, so again, Virasana. And then from here, lift the chest, broaden your collarbones, roll your upper arms as we've been doing, bend into the elbows, drop. This time, stay there. Stay there. Okay, now push into the elbows and lift the chest. Push into the elbows and create that post in between the shoulder blades. Now let your neck be an extension of the spine, head goes back, and then push into the elbows and walk the elbows closer towards the feet. Roll the front body over the back body and see, can you land on the crown of your head? Push into the elbows, reestablish the lift in your chest. Okay, those elbows are doing a lot of work. They're really lifting up. Elbows push down, chest up. Now maybe you get off the bus here, or if you can lift the arms up and not feel any tension in the neck, you can cross the forearms and reach your arms up and over. Okay, pull on the elbows to get the length, and then descend the forearms and attach your shoulder blades onto the body more. Reach the front of your thighs towards your knees, anchor down through the corners of your hips, roll the front body over the back body. And then raise the arms back up, change the crossing, and one more time, reach up and over. Remember the post. Okay, you have to create that. And then release, elbows down. Okay, now classically how you come out, you would bring the chin to your chest, lay the body all the way down, Supta Virasana. Okay, this one's a little hard for me. And then from here, come all the way up. Okay, and then you can come up over yourself and again, choose one of the ways to stretch out your knees. Okay, Uttanasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana, or just reaching the legs back. We're going to shift gears a little bit, but we're not going too far, okay? Let's lay down for Urdhva Prasarita Padasana. Okay, so lay on your back. And here you can take hold of the sides of your mat, rotate your upper arms out, and slide your shoulder blades down your back. So create a bit of a dome shape here in your chest. And if you find that just holding the sides of the mat and pushing the rubber away really gives you that advantage of organizing the chest region, then you can stay like that. Give yourself the tension that comes from holding the mat. Otherwise, you can do flat palms on the ground, but don't let yourself collapse, right? Keep the shape in the chest. And then from here, bring the knees to your chest and then unfold the legs up and only to 90 degrees here. 90 degrees, anchor down through your hips. Okay, now press your knees away, thighs away, and again, roll your shoulders back. Urdhva Prasarita Padasana. Maintain this. Broaden the back of your thighs. And now we're going to lower down, okay? Broaden the back of your thighs, reach into your heels, and extend your legs, and then as if you could touch down with your inner heel touching the floor first, right? So you keep that internal rotation. Then extend the back of your legs into your heels, raise your straight legs back up. Only 90 degrees. Don't don't like rock on the hips or anything, and just figure out where 90 degrees is. Okay, I did actually fit there, but I'm a little close to the wall, so I'm going to move back just slightly. Okay, let's go for a few rounds, lifting and lowering the legs completely in Urdhva Prasarita Padasana. Straighten your legs, clip them together, and now broaden the back of the thighs, push your thighs away, and then holding the mat or pushing the floor down, roll your shoulders back and shape your chest. Now 2 legs as one, extend. From the middle groin to the second toe, reach the front of the legs, keep them broad on the back, and then from the back of the legs, reach into your heels, raise the legs back up. 3 more times. Lower the legs down, find the control, don't just crash down, and then reach into the heels, raise the legs up, turn the front of the thighs in, push your thighs away, lower your legs down. You're lowering almost more from the front of your legs, and then from the back of the legs, reach the legs back up. Last one, front of the thighs, turn them in, inner heel touches down first, extend the back of your legs, reach back up. Okay, bend your knees, lower your legs down, pause. Okay, now we'll lower the legs in stages. So you're going to find, okay, here you had 90 degrees. Make sure I'm straight, 90 degrees. Then let's go for something that resembles 60 degrees, 30 degrees, and then just hover above the ground, and then come right back up to 90, okay? All right, let's give it a go. Shape your chest, and then raise the legs up 90 degrees. Broaden the back of your thighs, turn them, move your thighs away from you, and again, reestablish the shape of your chest. 2 legs as one, 60 degrees. Pause there, be intentional. And then 30 degrees, pause, turn the thighs in, press the thighs away. Now hover, 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 then reach into your heels all the way back up to 90 degrees, pause. Turn the front of the thighs in, back of the thighs open. 60 degrees, shoulders back, chest up. 30 degrees, hover. From the back of your legs, come back up to 90. Last time, roll the shoulders back, lift your chest. 60 degrees, 30 degrees, hover, raise the legs back up, and then lower your legs all the way back down. Bend your knees. You can just separate your legs a little bit, let the knees come together, and pause here for a moment. Okay, so now what we're going to do is essentially put everything together. We're going to put the Paryankasana chest action together with the Urdhva Prasarita Padasana legs into an asana called Uttana Padasana. Okay, so have a look. We're still going to take it in stages, but that's the final pose. That's where we're headed. So it looks like this. You're going to lay yourself down. Make sure you have enough space here. And then stage 1, you press your hands into the floor here, push into the elbows, lift the chest, roll onto the crown of the head. Push into the elbows, bring the chin to the chest, lower yourself back down. Okay, so can you see the resemblance to the sort of seated drop back action that we were doing? Okay, you want to get that strong spinal support and the arch. Okay, let's do that 3 or 4 times here. Okay, lay down, Supta Tadasana, palms pressing flat down though. roll your shoulders back. You can even start to get like a little bend in the elbows like before. Okay, bend into the elbows, push, lift up, roll onto the crown of the head. And then push into the elbows, chin to the chest, lower back down. 2 more times, push into your forearms, push into your elbows, lift up, back body into the front body, land on the crown of your head. And then chin to the chest, lower down with control. And last time, press the forearms down, elbows especially, lift up, roll onto the crown of the head. And then again, press into the elbows, chin to the chest, lower back down. Pause. Take a few breaths. Okay, if the low back needs a bit of a break, a bit of release, you bend your knees, feet apart, let the knees come together, and just spread the sacrum here for a moment. Okay, building, next stage. Okay, so first we come to where we left off. Push, land on the crown of the head. From here, 2 legs as one, squeeze the legs together. From the back of the legs, lift your legs towards 60 degrees. Stage 2. Okay, then if you feel steady, you don't need the elbows pushing down to keep the back in. You extend the arms you're aiming for the same angle as the feet. And then as soon as the palms touch, reach more, reach more. And then lower the hands, lower the legs, chin to the chest, lower yourself down. Okay, so we'll go through it a few times. You're welcome to get off the bus at any point and just sort of stick with the action that you want to narrow in on. Maybe you want to focus just on the chest action for a little bit longer before putting all the pieces together. That's for you to decide. If you are putting the arms together, right? If you are extending and the arms together, you want to think of the arm going all the way, right? So the wrist doesn't end, the arm doesn't end at the armpit, but you want to connect all the way to the middle of the spine. So when you reach into the wrist, it pulls each shoulder blade towards the wrist, that broadness, and gives the back even more support, right? You're using your arms here to give a little, almost like there was a rope behind you and it was pushing into you. Okay, let's go for a few rounds. Lay down for Uttana Padasana. Okay. Broaden your collarbones, roll your shoulders back, push into your elbows, lift your chest, roll onto the crown of your head. Clip your legs right together. From the back of your legs, lift up, find it, 60 degrees-ish. And then push the elbows, reestablish the lift to the chest. And if you can, you extend the arms. As soon as the palms come together, reach more. Uttana Padasana, Uttana Padasana. Lower the legs, lower the arms, chin to the chest, come back down. It is a beautiful asana. All right, one last go. Okay, Uttana Padasana. Press into your elbows, lift your chest, land on the crown of your head. Okay, use those arms. The arms are the gateway into the upper spine. Know how to use them. All of the work we've done so far has trained you to do this, to accomplish this. And then clip the legs right together, reach through the back of your legs, raise your legs up. Turn the front of the thighs in, move your thighs away. Again, push the elbows, lift the chest, and if the neck is okay, there's not unnecessary tension in the head, neck and head area, reach the arms. And then as soon as the hands touch, reach more. Uttana Padasana. Lower the legs down, Lower the arms, chin to the chest, and pause here. Okay, now go for Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay, plant your palms, lift up and back, and take this Adho Mukha Svanasana with the intention of just giving a little bit of traction here to the lower back. Okay, lift the hip corners up, push the floor, move your thighs back, and be here. Okay, now from here, you're going to hinge forward, shoulders over the wrists here, and transition into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Push your thighs up, mid-buttock down, and as if you could pull your hip bones through your wrists there. Pull forward. Slide those shoulder blades down your back. Okay, and then again, Adho Mukha Svanasana, hips up and back. And let's go 2 more times, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Pull yourself through your arms, okay? Resist your thighs up, but move the mid-buttock down. Look up, shoulder blades down your back. And then Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then last time, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Okay, I've been coming to the tops of the feet, but you can also stay with your toes tucked under if that gives you a little more control of the legs there. Okay, buttock down, thighs up, pull yourself through. And then Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then bend your knees, Adho Mukha Virasana. Okay. So now next we're going to move into Sarvangasana family. And what I really enjoyed doing at the end of this practice was a supported Supta Konasana. Now this may or may not be available to all of you who are doing this practice, so I will show a couple of options here. But the way that I am doing it is one particular way. You can work with a bolster at a wall. Depending on how puffy your bolster is, this is a pretty puffy bolster, so that's just enough for me. But if it's a little bit flatter, maybe you want to add a blanket or 2 on top, make it a little higher. Okay, and then you can have a blanket here as well for your head. Okay, I'm making it a little shorter. Okay, and then what you do here is you place the crown of your head down in front of the bolster. You don't want to be touching the bolster just yet. You're going to roll onto your shoulders. So it's almost like you're going to do a somersault. Okay, so have a look here. Back of the neck long, head is down. I'm not quite touching. I slip my hands in here like this, and then when I lift up, I roll to get my shoulders onto the setup here. Okay, so the back of the neck is supported. My shoulders are on the bolster. I can just release my arms, and then you could take your legs wide for Supta Konasana. And it's really a very nice Supta Konasana. Okay, well, it's nice for some, right? Different bodies respond differently. So this is one option, and you can stay here. I enjoy staying here for a good amount of time, 5-10 minutes, easy. Okay, if you get in, but you're like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna, I can't take it. It's not gonna be a way, an asana where I can stay, which is the intention. I want you to be in a pose where it's not a struggle. This is not the time to struggle. The struggle is over. Now I want you to have the benefit of the Sarvangasana family in a way that you can take it and be there. So one other option is from here, if you got into it, you can raise the leg up, other leg up, and then just slide yourself down into a Viparita Karani shape. okay? And this would be also a very nice way to end the practice. Okay, now a couple of other options. If the rolling into the pose, right? Sometimes that's a bit of a stumbling block for folks to roll in. So if that's not working for you, you can, of course, you can go for chair sarvangasana, you can go for a Situ Bandha, or just go in from the side, right? Go in from the side for your Viparita Krani, where you sit sort of sideways here, and then roll yourself in. And be like so. Okay, so pick your pose, figure out there which one you want to do, set yourself up, and enjoy. Be there. Okay, take a few minutes in this Sarvangasana pose to settle yourself after those back bends. Okay, it's almost like a recalibration.